I've heard the lowest form of conversation are top 5 lists. But who cares? So, today, this is part 2. If you haven't seen part 1, you can find that up here. But this is the sequel to Nate's top 5 arcade list. He was going to do the video, and me, being the biter I am, I was like, hey, I have opinions on this, and they're probably going to be different from yours. So, instead of just doing one list, we decided why not talk about all of the games we like. So here's my top 5. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. It was going to be one of us. And I'm sure to no one's surprise, I was the DDR kid in the group. And man, all right, I may not have a lot of personal integrity for that in that time in my life, but I was on fire on those machines, okay? DDR-X2 was my jam, and I was always out there when I had the opportunity. It was a very popular machine back at our local arcade, so I only got so much time in at any one time because you want to be fair. You want to give other people a chance. There was another machine that they had that was a DDR-like. It had the same pad, so it wasn't the weird diagonal arrow ones. No, it was still the cross. But you could plug in your own USB and it would generate a track with your song. It was nuts. It was amazing. I don't know how they got their hands on that, but we were spoiled in our little community there. So yeah, you were going to find it on the list. Another one that you're going to see on this list, spoilers, I have kind of generic taste, but we had a nice arcade, is going to be Marvel vs. Capcom 2. I was lucky enough at our local arcade to have the opportunity to play it regularly. Bone Claw Wolverine, Venom, and War Machine. That's the play team right there. No more sauce after that. But seriously, I can't tell you how many days and how many quarters I spent playing the game and actually getting to hone some skills in some capacity. It was the first of my fighting games that I really got a chance to polish, and man, what a special one. I mean, even today it is regarded as one of the most popular in the long list that is fighting games. I think probably because the roster's so big, but yeah, a classic, and it has to be on here. Okay, dating myself a little bit here, but I have to say, if this classic is in an arcade or it's part of like a big bundle cabinet, somewhere I go to a lot regularly now has this, like an emulated one, I'm always on Galaga or any of those spaceship, space type games. They're a staple in the community and they're just so wonderful. And you get the little bit characters coming down. It's the same game mechanics that we've always had, and it has a ton of different clones, so there's a lot of variety in that sense, but man, you just wouldn't have games without those types in the beginning of arcades. I love them a lot. Okay, I'm gonna date myself with one more. There's a lot of other classic arcade games that I could mention, things like Donkey Kong and whatnot, but I am gonna mention the queen herself, Miss Pac-Man. There's regular Pac-Man, but I like Miss Pac-Man because they've made certain levels harder, and it's one I played with my family a lot, actually. We had a lot of fun watching my dad dominate the machine, and I always tried to get as close of a score as I could. Never could. He's just amazing at that game. But seriously, it's an absolute gem, and you gotta play it. It's like a staple because, you know, it's Pac-Man. All right, you wanna see this? This is a Bandai Passport. Okay, you know what's in there? My car. Because the number 1 on my list, not that it was numbered or in any particular order, but if I had a favorite arcade game, it would be the Maximum Tune series of arcade games, driving games. They're very similar in a way to Initial D, but they have a like story arcade system that you could put points to, and you can actually like customize your car, and then you can use the other system, which is like the online battle mode, and you can send your car out. You can make crews and join up with a bunch of people. Nate was very gracious. Shouts out to Nate. He let me take this one on my list because he knew I was going to pick it because I obsess over this game. It's incredible. You really got to try it yourself. The story is actually very good, and it has a lot of detail to it, but the racing itself, doesn't get better. And you can make your own car. Who doesn't love that? I'm not driving somebody else's busted looking machine. I decked this out and put it on black rims, all right? It's my own. Get off it. But that's my list and the games that I liked at my local arcade. It's not going to be the same as anybody's, I'm sure. So I'd like to hear maybe yours down below. Or, you know, like I said, if you didn't already watch part 1, you should have, but you can still go back and watch that. Or any of our other videos here on the channel. We've got the socials down below, and you can see us on a bunch of different platforms. You can subscribe here on YouTube, copy the link, send it to somebody that you know, because that shows that you like what we're doing, and we like doing it for you. As always, peace.